You know what hurts the most? It's not missing someone who loved you well. It's missing someone who confused you. Someone who made you feel deeply wanted, then suddenly distant. Someone who hurt you, yet somehow became impossible to forget. And the worst part? A part of you already knows they were bad for you. Your mind knows it. Your friends know it. Even your late-night thoughts know it. So why do you still check their profile? Why do random songs still remind you of them? Why does your chest feel heavy when their name appears? Because this was never just love, and once you understand what's really happening inside you, you'll never see attachment the same way again. Imagine this. You finally stop talking to someone. No more messages, no more calls, no more waiting. At first you feel relieved, then suddenly, your brain starts replaying the good moments, the way they laughed, that one night they stayed up for you, the small moments that felt real. And strangely, the pain starts feeling softer than the loneliness. So you begin missing them again, not because they treated you well, but because your mind is trying to reconnect with the emotional pattern it became addicted to. Pause for a second. Have you ever noticed how people who hurt us emotionally are often the hardest to forget? That's not weakness, that's conditioning. Because inconsistent love creates stronger emotional attachment than stable love. Think about it. When someone is always kind, always present, always safe, your nervous system stays calm. But when someone gives you affection, then distance, attention, then silence, your brain becomes alert. It starts chasing the return of their love, almost like gambling. You don't become attached to who they are, you become attached to the hope of who they might become again. And that hope is powerful, especially for people who already grew up feeling emotionally uncertain. Maybe love in your childhood felt unpredictable. Maybe affection had to be earned. Maybe you learned to stay quiet to avoid conflict. Maybe being understood felt rare. So when someone gives you small moments of emotional intensity, your heart treats it like something precious, even when it hurts you. That's why some people stay emotionally attached to relationships that drained them. Not because pain feels good, but because pain feels familiar, and familiar things are hard to leave behind. There's another reason nobody talks about. Sometimes, you don't actually miss the person. You miss the version of yourself that existed around them. The hopeful version. The excited version. The version that believed maybe this time things would finally work out. Losing that version of yourself can feel like grief. And grief has a strange way of romanticizing memories. Your brain starts editing the story. It highlights the beautiful moments, softens the painful ones, makes you question your own reality. You start saying things like, maybe they did care. Maybe I overreacted. Maybe I lost someone special. Meanwhile, your body still remembers the anxiety, the waiting, the confusion, the nights you felt emotionally abandoned. But pain becomes dangerous when it mixes with hope, because hope makes people stay longer than they should. Pause again for a moment. Think about the person you struggled to let go of. Did you actually feel peaceful with them? Or did you mostly feel anxious, then relieved whenever they finally gave you attention again? Because those are very different emotions. Real connection usually feels calm, not confusing, not emotionally exhausting, not like constantly trying to win someone back. And yet, many people mistake emotional chaos for deep love, because chaos feels intense. But intensity is not intimacy. That realization changes everything. Here's the twist most people discover too late. The reason you still miss them might have nothing to do with them at all. Sometimes people become mirrors. They reflect old wounds, old loneliness, old fears of being unwanted. And when they leave, those wounds become visible again. So your mind says, go back to them, when what it actually means is, please make this pain stop. That's why healing feels so uncomfortable at first, because silence forces you to meet the emotions distraction was hiding. But slowly, something beautiful starts happening. You stop romanticizing inconsistency. You stop begging for clarity from people who enjoyed keeping you confused. You stop chasing small amounts of affection like survival. And for the first time, you realize how peaceful real love is supposed to feel. No guessing, no emotional games, no wondering if you matter today, just peace. And maybe that's the real reason this hurts so much. Not because you lost your soulmate, but because part of you is finally learning that love should never feel like emotional survival. So if you still miss someone who hurt you, don't shame yourself for it. Your brain was attached to a pattern, your heart was attached to hope, and your loneliness kept translating confusion into love. But awareness changes things. The moment you understand why you miss them, you slowly stop needing them. And one day, their name will cross your mind again. But this time, it won't feel like losing yourself.